So a very good evening to all of you. My name is Siddhant Saxena, and I'm currently working as civil judge and judicial magistrate in Jaipur district of Rajasthan. I am a 2017 batch pass out from CNLU Patna, and then I pursued my master's in criminal law from Rajasthan University, and I am from 2019 batch RJS, and I've been working as a judicial magistrate since past 3 years. So a very good evening and thank you for providing me this opportunity to interact.
Glad to have you here. Sir, when did you start your preparation and what motivated you to start preparing for judiciary?
So I started my preparation like long back in the college only. I started from third year onwards. I started preparing for judicial services because like I was very clear in my mind that I have to go for judicial service examinations only. So I didn't have any deviations or any sort of distractions in my life that I have to like see and pursue other opportunities and other avenues available in this field of law. So it was very clear and for me for the judicial service examination. I started preparing from third year onwards, and I prepared for almost 2.5 years. After passing out from college, I gave my first attempt in for RJS. It was, I guess, in 2018, March 2018. I gave my first attempt of RJS, and I completed the first attempt only.
Okay. So how did you manage your college and preparation both, as you have decided in third year? So
see, there are many various things which are happening in college also. Like I was very active in debating and mooting also. And, I was into sports also, so I have to like manage everything with my studies also. There are like academics, you have to manage with academics also. Like 9 to 1 we have classes. After 9 to 1 I have a like a schedule which was made for every day. I have to go to the library and study for 2 to 4 hours for my judicial service examination preparation. Then I have to go for my sports. Then I have to go for the DevSoc and mooting and every other activities, other curricular activities which was happening in the college. So it was up to you that how you manage these things. Like you need to have your priorities clear, like what you are preparing for and what sort of and what extent of dedication is required for achieving that goal which you are aiming at. So it was difficult to it was difficult to manage everything, but it is up to you that how you manage things. So that was the thing.
So sir, what subjects are to be mainly focused in college while preparing for judicial services examination? So what subjects should be focused in college?
See, like the major subjects, firstly you have to go through the syllabus of the judicial service examination, what examination you are preparing for, like for Delhi or for MP, Himachal, Uttarakhand, RJS or West Bengal. Every state has its own syllabus, and there are certain set of subjects which are common for all these examinations. These are the major subjects like the IPC, CRPC, Evidence Act, the Constitution of India, and CPC, transfer of property, contract law, Muslim law, Hindu law. These are the major subjects which are like common for almost all the judicial examinations. So, and these are the subjects which are being taught in our colleges in say first year, second year, or third year. Yes. So till third year, like we get to go through all these subjects. So it is very important, like because the way these subjects are taught in college is it is very much different from what we see it from the preparation point of view of judicial service examinations. Like we have to study these subjects in depth. So it is very much important for all the students who are aspiring to take up this examination of judicial examination services. So it is very much important to like focus on these major subjects while you are in college. Like there is ample amount of time which is available in college when you can like prepare and like make notes of these subjects in college only, so that you don't have to like suffer or like invest more time after you are done with your college and preparing for the examinations, because the dates of examinations, like the schedule of examination is so packed that you don't get like ample amount of time to prepare notes and everything, and then you have to summarize and memorize it by heart so that you can get good marks. So it is very much important to like focus more on these major subjects while you're in college and prepare notes accordingly.
Okay. Sir, can you guide us how to prepare these important these subjects so that it's helpful in mains and prelims?
There are no like extra efforts which needs to be put. Just like go through the bare provision. You have to be very like very much comfortable, and the bare provision of the section is you have to go through, and आपको वो चीज समझ में आनी चाहिए. You have to go through the crux of that particular section, and you have to read it along with the you can take any reference book so that you can get a good clarity or conceptual clarity about that particular topic. So like going through the Beret is the first and foremost thing, and then you have to like study it with reference to any reference book or something, so that you can get a good picture about that topic. So that is very much important, and you have to go through the case laws also, the recent case laws, the landmark judgments on that particular topic. That helps us to understand that topic well in depth. So there like extra effort need to be done, but you have to go through the basics at least.
Okay, sir. So, sir, what was your strategy about prelims and mains?
Strategy, like this judicial service examination, like it vary from state to state because it's a state specific examination. There are no common examination like the UPSC thing. So every state has its own set of specific syllabus for the prelims and the mains and the interview. The pattern is somewhat different. Like in Delhi, we have 200 marks paper for prelims. In Rajasthan, we have 100 mark paper from the prelims. There in certain states, you have to study general knowledge also for in the prelims examinations. In Rajasthan, they ask you the Hindi and English grammar in prelims examinations. In Haryana, the pattern is different. So first and foremost, you have to be very clear that what state examinations you are trying to like crack. So this clarity is very much important, that for what examination you are actually preparing for, and then you have to prepare it accordingly. That how much marks and how much time is given for that particular paper, and how you have to go about it. So if it's a 100-mark paper, you have to study 70 marks law and 30 marks of language. So you have to balance both the things, and you have to focus more on the scoring areas which are like your strong subjects, or you can say if you're good at general knowledge, or if you're good at language, you can score more marks there. So you have to like plan and prepare accordingly. There is no like one straight jacket thing how to crack these prelims examinations, but you have to be very much clear about the conceptual thing, the bare provisions, the bare acts. You have to be very good at remembering the sections.
Sir, the language problem is in many states, Hindi is a major subject we have to crack. So, sir, how to deal with that?
In many states, you have language papers, and in judicial services, they tend to focus more on both the languages. Okay, barring like the DGS paper, Delhi Judiciary, which is solely in English. I guess all the examinations other than DGS are in both Hindi and English. It's for both Hindi and English medium students, and it is very important to focus on this language paper because they tend to check, or they tend to test your language thing more, because in most of the states in courts, the language of the court is Hindi, and we all from these private law colleges and NLUs, the mode of education in these institutions is English only. So they focus more, and the students score less in the paper. So that is very much important that the English medium students focus more on the Hindi language, and the Hindi medium students focus more on the English language, so that they can balance the thing. So that is very much important, and that is what these public service commissions tend to like focus more and test that particular thing about all the aspirants.
Okay, sir. So, sir, if we decide to go for judicial service in early stages of the college, so should we focus on internship? And if we should focus on internship, what type of internship should we do?
See, there are no specific internships for the judicial services, because district courts, there is no provision for attachment with any judicial magistrate or district judge. Officially, you cannot get attached to them, and you cannot get an internship under them. It is only at the high court level that these things are available. So, for judicial point of view, like the thing is that even in litigation also you have to like study the law in depth. So you have to be very much aware, and very much the basics should be very much clear. So that can be through litigation also. So you can like intern with any senior or any good advocate also. You can like prepare. So there is no actually bar on which places you have to intern at. I've interned with some lawyers also. I've interned with some judges also. I've interned in NHRC also. I've interned with NCW also. I've interned at National Judicial Academy, Bhopal also. So there is no bar because the law part is very much the same in all these internships. They focus more on these. So you have to focus more on these procedural laws. So that particular thing you can get to see only in, I guess, in courts only. So interning in courts, like with an advocate or with any judge of high court or district court, it will help you a lot in understanding the procedural nuances of this subject.
Sir, what are the benefits of having a good co-curricular in cracking interviews? Are these co-curricular activities helpful in interviews or not?
Obviously, these co-curricular activities are very much important in like shaping and developing your personality, first of all, because in interview it helps you a lot if you are like good at public. So these co-curricular activities are very much important in like shaping your personality, and how this particular thing helps you in cracking the interview part of the examination. So these you have to be like very, if not very good, but you have to be very much involved in these co-curricular activities, so that you can.
Sir, can you give a brief about Rajasthan Judicial Service Examination, how it is conducted, if anybody wants to?
Rajasthan Judicial Examination, like every other examination, it is conducted in three stages: the prelims, the mains, and the interview. The prelims examination is of 100 marks, which is 70% is the law paper, and 30% is the language, which is 15 marks Hindi and 15 marks English, the grammar portion. The cutoff of this year was around 72, I guess, out of 100. In the mains examination, there are like 4 papers, 2 law papers and 2 language papers. One is the criminal paper, one is civil paper, one is Hindi essay writing, and one is English essay writing. So these are 4 papers, 100 marks, 200 marks for law, and 100 marks 50-50 for the language paper. So it's a 300 marks paper in the mains examination. And at last there is an interview, which is of 35 marks, I guess, interview. So in totality, it is a 335 marks paper, and merit is based on these marks which you get in mains and the interview paper. So this is what the format of Rajasthan Judicial Services. They have like 15 to 16 subjects with only one local act, that is the Rajasthan Rent Control Act, and 5 to 6 minor acts, and then there are the major acts. There is also focus on the judgment writing and charge framing questions in the law paper in main examination. So you have to be like good in these practical aspects also of judgment writing and charge framing, which is not generally taught in the law schools, but it is a very important portion of the examination which needs to be focused upon.
Okay. So, sir, what is the procedure after you qualify judiciary examination? After how many days are we assigned a court?
That is like different in all states, because in some states they directly assign you the court and the district in which you will get posted, and then they go for the training. Unlike that, in Rajasthan, we first go for a 1 year mandatory institutional training academy, and then we got posting in different courts in different areas in different districts. So that is not same in all the states, but in Rajasthan we have to first go for a 1 year mandatory institutional training, and then we got our postings in different courts in different districts.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So, can you tell us about life after cracking judiciary and becoming a judge? What is the schedule and how hectic is your life?
As a judge is like the life has changed very much from what I was during my college days and now, because it's not been too long that because I passed out in the year 2019, I completed my master's, and in the same year I got selected in judicial service. So you have to go. There was a paradigm change in your personal life, because this particular job is very much like difficult. I won't say difficult, but it's a responsible job. You have to be more accountable for your actions. Your actions are very much like involved. They're involved with determining the rights and liabilities of any person. You are actually touching the lives of the people in the society. So you have to be very much like responsible and accountable for all the things which you are doing as a judicial magistrate. So the life has changed from being a carefree student life to a more like responsible, accountable public servant. So that was a very important and a huge change in my life.
So, what are the perks we get after you selected in a judicial service examination?
Perks, like if you talk about perks in a judicial service examination, like I can specifically tell about the Rajasthan state. Apart from the salary thing, you get to like you get a government accommodation, you get a pool car or say something, and if not, then you got petrol. There are other electricity and water and telephone and internet reimbursements which you get. So that are other perks apart from the salary things. But there are many things like which are also associated with this job. So the perks are good. I won't say that they are less, but it's okay.
Sir, what are the other methods of entering into judicial service examination? Is there any later entry provision or higher judicial examination?
Yeah, there are separate exams for the higher judicial services. That is called the ADJ examination. The exam which we crack is the institutional level, which is for the civil judge and judicial magistrate post. But there is also another examinations that is for the ADJ direct entry examinations. That is for like advocates, litigation, like past 7 years, like 7 years of experience as a litigating lawyer. And the minimum age, I guess, is for ADJ examination is 35. So that is another thing, which another procedure to get into the judicial service examination. That is called the higher judicial service examination. And another way is the direct elevation to the High Court. That is through the bar only, and you got recommended by the Supreme Court or the High Courts, and then the president appoints you as a judge of High Court. So that is also one another method of entry into judicial services.
Yes, sir. So, what are the government posts open for law students if they could not crack judicial examinations?
Other than judicial examination, like people are appearing for the UPSC examination. That is also one very prestigious examination. Then apart from that, there are like position in government banks the public sector undertakings, PSUs. There are also like government and semi-government jobs which are available for law students. Apart from that, they can appear for the APP examination, Assistant Public Prosecutor examination. That is also related to law also. And then there are various like segments of government which have their own legal department, like the labor department have their own cell for legal cell, the excise department has its legal cell. So there are various other departments in the state government which have their own legal cells, and like students and the candidates can apply for them also. They are also equivalent to the gazetted officer post.
So, sir, what will be your suggestion and message for students to?
My message to all the aspiring students and aspirants of judicial services that you have to be very like straightforward and very much clear in your head that first of all you have to crack this examinations. You have to work very hard. There is no substitute for hard work, but with hard work you have to do smart work, because you have limited time and you have limited efficiency level. You have to crack this examination. So that is very much important thing which you have to deal with. Then there are certain level of like motivation that you need to have. We can call it a motivation or an inspiration, which helps you, which drives you to like crack this examination. That is also very much important. How to deal with these distractions, how to deal with these deviations in your life. With all these things, that there should be a clarity in your mind that like I have to clear this examinations by hook or by crook. So that is very much important for all the judicial service aspirants. My advice or my suggestion would be that you have to like be really confident. You have to be really patient about this examinations. For at times you cannot clear. People couldn't clear this examination in first attempt only. You have to give like 2, 3, 4 attempts also. So you have to be very much patient, and you have to like there should be this is a constant process, constant procedure which needs to be followed, and you have to be very much involved in this particular thing so that you can crack this examination easily. So a very good luck to all the aspirants who are watching this channel. That my good wishes are with you, that you crack this examination as soon as possible. Very much. Thank you.
Sir, one last question. Sir, how important is coaching for judicial service? Coaching and coaching materials?
See, there are various like coaching institutes available in like in Delhi or in your city also. There will be many coachings which are available for which are getting you prepared for the judicial service examinations. But coaching is not a mandatory thing. You can prepare by your own. I prepared most of my subjects. I prepared on my own. So there was no need. I didn't feel any need for these coaching institutes. But at times, these coaching institutes help you in giving you that atmosphere that you can like sense that competition thing which is there. So I won't say the coachings are bad, but they are not compulsory thing that you have without going to coaching you cannot crack the examination. So coaching are important, but they are not mandatory as per my view.
Okay, sir. So, sir, thank you for giving your time and motivating the aspirants for judiciary.
Thank you very much.